Please stand with us, Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Streeter.
Bow with me. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for a new day. Thank you for liberty and justice for all, like you just said. Thank you for open elections, and Lord, may you guide us today. May you bless everyone in the room. In your name, amen.
Amen. Please let the record show that all three commissioners are present, along with County Attorney Drew Porter and the Auditor's Office. I do have just one item that I want to add to the agenda, and that's I, under new business, which is an interlocal agreement between the Sheriff's Department and Broadband here, if you want to see. But other than that, does anyone else have anything else that they need to add to the agenda?
I do not.
No.
Okay, I'd make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
A second.
A first and a second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. We do not have any appointments at this point in time. Under new business resolution, what number do we have here?
This would be Resolution 4.
Resolution 4, which is the sale of a 2012 distributor to Harrison County Highway Department. Drew, lead us through it, and Chad, if you want to come up and talk about it as well, that'd be great.
This sale took place occurrent to Indiana Code 522.22.10 and 36.111.8, collectively the statutes. Essentially, Knox County is selling to a distributor vehicle to Harrison County for $42,000. Pursuant to the statute, Knox County's determined it's in the best interest of the county to sell the surplus distributor in exchange for Harrison arranging for the transportation of the distributor from its location in Knox County and for $42,000. So Harrison County is gonna be responsible to pay the invoice in the amount of $42,000, accept title to it. We affirm that we do have clean title to the distributor. Harrison agrees to assume all liabilities associated with the distributor upon receipt, and this includes any damage or obligations from ownership, use, as well as transporting the distributor back to Harrison Township. And we are selling it as is with all faults. Harrison acknowledges this. Apparently they've come and inspected it at some
Yes.
point, so they know the condition that they're getting it in. And then that is essentially the agreement. These are required by statute to be approved by the commissioners and council by both entities under the statutes to do it this way. Typically, the process is to hold either an auction or do a public sale of it. So,
Yep.
we're using a different statutory.
Well, I got it appraised through Southeastern. Larry Goodwin come and appraised it, and Harrison Township has come, or Harrison County's come and looked at it. They agreed. Matter of fact, I got an email from them this morning that they should pay us, the 20th of May, and they'll pick it up. So,
Comment, question?
I make a motion to approve the agreement, or the resolution as stated.
I will second that. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. While you're here, I believe this is ordinance 26-4, is that correct?
This will also be for.
Okay. Road, bore, and cut, first reading.
I will read this one in its entirety, unless Chad wants to.
no, that's fine. Go knock yourself out.
So this will be a road ordinance number 2026-4, road boring and cutting procedures. This will amend ordinances number 14/2007, ordinances 1-2011, and ordinance 8/2013. All of those pertain to road boring and cutting. This would be the new ordinance, essentially making each of those invalid. Whereas the Knox County Board of Commissioners, as the executive legislative body of Knox County, has the authority to adopt ordinances relating to the administrations of Knox County government. Whereas the purpose of this ordinance is to regulate access under and along the roads in the county in order to ensure proper drainage and to provide locations of general utilities in the area. In addition to the standards below, all standards of the zoning ordinance shall be met. Permits and/or access may be denied if any one of the following standards is not met, is deemed hazardous or is not in accordance with any other existing ordinance. Whereas a county road cut or bore permit shall be required prior to trenching, excavating, digging, installing poles or other hardware used for overhead utilities, or any other activity which results in the interference, removal, or destruction of any surface or subsurface of any county road or areas adjacent to the roads belonging to the county. Now therefore be it ordained that application. All road bores or road cuts shall be initiated by the filing of the Knox County Highway Department application for road bore or road cut permit with the Knox County Highway Department. The application shall include a map of the area and roads involved in the proposed bore. The application must demonstrate how any buried objects will be relocated. All applications shall show on the preliminary plans submitted to the county surveyor any utilities located in the county right-of-way. The application shall indicate what protection will be provided to the utilities located along or in the roadbed. All applicants shall include a cross-section showing the depicted bore or road cut. All requests shall contain a plan and profile clearly depicting how the road presently exists. The plan profile also indicates the existing surface, thickness, and type. Those are already included and not new changes to the ordinance. Section 2 will be an isolated occurrence. Bores or road cuts will be granted on a one-time basis. Permit shall contain an expiration date by which time the bore shall be finished. Road bore fee. The fee for a road bore will be $200. At the time of this application, there will be a $200 deposit required in addition to the road bore fees. The $200 deposit shall be returned to the applicant upon the filing of an as-is built drawing with the County Highway Department with 30 days of completion of the work. Failure to file an as-built drawing within 30 days after completion of the project will result in forfeiture of the deposit. All application fees will be placed in the temporary road closure and road crossing fund to be administered by the county commissioners as set forth in Ordinance 2/2007. Again, that's the standard process already in Knox County for the current road bore and road cut fees. The road cut fee will be increased under this new ordinance. The fee for a road cut will be $500. At the time of the application, there'll be a $500 deposit required in addition to road cut fees. The $500 deposit shall be returned to the applicant upon the filing of an as-is built drawing with the County Highway Department within 30 days of completion of the work. Failure to file an as-built drawing within 30 days after completion of the project will result in forfeiture of the deposit. All application fees will be placed in the temporary road closure and road crossing fund to be administered by the county commissioners as set forth in Ordinance 2/2007. The approval process. Section 5. The Knox County Highway Department Superintendent will provide a response relative to the approval or denial of the permit within 30 calendar days of when the application was originally submitted, or notify the applicant via phone or by letter of any delays and provide a new expected date for completion. Should the permit be denied and the applicant wish to appeal the decision of the County Highway Department and or any other county agency involved with the review and decision-making process, the applicant can resubmit the permit to the Board of County Commissioners. A copy of any submittal to the Board of County Commissioners must be sent to the County Highway Department, and the applicant must be placed on the Board of County Commissioners' regular meeting agenda. The Board of County Commissioners will then be requested to act on the approval or denial of the road cut permit. Inspection of the cut. Pre-cut bore inspection. The County Highway Department will obtain pictures of the affected areas prior to the work starting and when the work is completed. This will require the applicant notify the County Highway Department via phone, letter, or in person at least 5 business days in advance of when the work identified in the permit is to start. The applicant must also notify the County Highway Department within 5 business days of when the work is completed. This is a new provision to ensure that we can see what the quality of the work was done before the cut or bore was made, as well as if it's not remedied appropriately, we have evidence of what it looked like prior. Post-cut bore inspection. Upon notification by the applicant that the work is complete, personnel from the County Highway Department will inspect the work site to ensure all provisions of this ordinance with regard to specifications, the scope of work, and the required remediation of the road and any other affected areas resulting from this work effort has been satisfactorily completed by the applicant. If the remediation of the road and or other affected areas is found to be unacceptable, corrective actions will be pursued by the Knox County Highway Department. The applicant maintains roadway signage. This is the same as the old ordinance. Any road bore cut requires the maintain the roadway and signage to protect the public, which shall include but not be limited to keeping the portion of the county highway crossed clean and free of trash, mud, debris, fluids, oils, and the like, and keeping the crossing free of dust. All requests for road crossings shall contain a description of all traffic control signs pertaining to the crossing. Section 8 is restoration of the road. The applicant shall restore any road disturbed or damaged by a road bore or cut and provide to the Knox County Highway Department Superintendent a plan showing the approximate grade of the restored road, the width of the restored road, and the proposed drainage of the restored road. The surface of the restored road shall be the same as the road prior to temporary closure. The county must approve the plan prior to restoration of the road. Upon completion of the road cut work by the applicant as his or her or their designate, the applicant must notify the highway department within 24 hours of this status. The county highway department will inspect the applicant's work and make arrangements to remediate the road cut within 30 calendar days or advise the applicant of any further work the applicant needs to complete. The county highway department superintendent or his or her designee has the option to extend this completion time frame if circumstances warrant, i.e. weather, availability of material, equipment, resources, and the like. Once the remediation work is done, the applicant will receive an invoice for the total cost to include material, label, equipment, and other premium charges that may have resulted. The applicant will have 30 calendar days to pay the invoice amount approved by the county highway superintendent or use his or her designate. Failure to comply with any provision of this chapter may result in penalties and fines as outlined here. And in a nutshell, this is where we can draw against the deposit that they made if something corrective action is needed. If that corrective action is more than the deposit,
Yes.
that's when we would use these procedures as well, so. 9, privilege not a right. The granting of a road bore or cut is a privilege and not a right of private entities. It is the responsibility of the applicant to initiate consultations with the county, utility companies, the Department of Natural Resources, or any other state agency as required under the circumstances. Early coordination will help in avoiding delays at the later date. Reservation of rights. County commissioners respectfully reserve the right to amend these policies and procedures and to grant variances from these policies and procedures and to grant variances from these if the county commissioners decide it's in the best interest of the county. Penalty for this, we don't have a penalty in our current provision. It's assumed under law, but we make it clear here in the event that an applicant completes a road cut on a county right-of-way without the issuance of a proper permit, the applicant may be fined up to the maximum allowed by statute. If it becomes necessary, all legal venues will be pursued to recover all costs related to this activity and process. The applicant, to include any and all parties involved with directing or performing the work, will be barred from doing any further work on county roads and properties owned or under supervision of the county. The current maximum penalty by law is $1,500. I left it by state statute. Obviously, that statute changes over time. We just want to grow with it.
Sure.
And then we have standard conflict of law, void if it's superseded by other laws, and the effective date would be upon signage. It's probably more road bore than what most people wanted to hear, so.
Yeah. But it'll protect us a little bit, so that's what. I
And
just
we're
don't want
still
it to come
working
back.
on the application, to put these provisions. Our current application has our old ordinance language in there because it kind of forms an agreement, so we just gotta tidy that back end up.
Okay, no problem. Well, that's all I got.
I have no amendments. I think it encompasses everything that I had listed. Appreciate the penalty language added, so.
Motion to approve first reading.
Yes, first reading, I'll make that motion.
Okay, I'll second that motion. We have a first and a second for approving first reading. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, none. Hearing, motion passes. Thank you. Kelly, ADA Compliance Officer Engagement. You've worked along with County Highway and some others to look at our ADA.
Our ADA and our Title VI. Yeah, if you want to come on up. So I don't know, we haven't had it in our packets for some time. Is there any questions kind of where we're at here today? We know we need to do an inventory of our properties for ADA. We know we need to update our plans of Title VI, all for federal grants primarily through NDOT.
Yes.
So Chad and I met with Tara. I think in your email you see all the reasons why we needed to get on this. It's timely.
They start taking information July 1, so Tara couldn't be here today.
She couldn't be here today, so I'm here in her
Okay.
place. We have two agreements for you today. First is the on-call agreement, and then the second is the ATP for the actual, the ADA plan and the Title VI. We would need the on-call signed, and it is on an auto renewal. And the task on the back page, that gives you the hourly rate per task. And then the ATP today for the ADA plan and the Title VI would act as a order under that, on-call agreement.
Okay, so I think here on the back page, Andrew, did you have an opportunity to review it?
I have not received a copy of the formal agreements. I have the summary of what they were gonna be, but the actual plan.
Okay, yeah.
I do not.
So,
I don't think I was on that email.
do you, what do you
I
have with
some
you?
here.
You should be. Okay, thank you. Sure.
I've seen other USI agreements that we have with engineering, so I'm assuming they're the same
Basically,
format? Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Now, providing you sign that today, the fee on the ATP is $40,000. Providing that's signed today, we can get started on the work, next week. And then that also includes training for your employees as well.
Okay. I think we should, since it's not in our packets, we most likely will need to take it under review, ask some questions, put it on our next agenda.
That's fine.
yeah.
Just know that, if you take it under review today and the fee will go up by approximately $5,000 due to higher level staff members who will have to complete the work due to our workload.
Well, that's up to you all how you want to proceed. It is not budgeted, so
Yeah.
it is something that will have to be entertained with the council, and that's not been done yet.
Absolutely.
So it is what it is. And really, I have a few more questions, so I don't know what you all want to do.
I just had one, but go ahead and ask yours.
No, about that agreement specifically, just about the agreement.
Do you want it back down?
Well, yes, I'm sorry,
No, you're fine.
but go ahead,
It's up to you.
TJ.
I don't know which one.
Well, prior to moving forward on this, well, we've had an ADA compliance officer at the Highway Department for a number of years. And I guess I have to ask the question, what have we not done? What have we done? What have we not done? And I guess the follow-up on that is before I add more money to, or ask the council for more money on this, I'd like to see a time study done from our employees at the Highway Department. To me, we've had this compliance officer engaged for a number of years. I know that's a secondary part of his job, but what have we been doing?
Well, I can answer that.
Okay.
We've done the very basic minimum is what has been done. We've done that for many years. It really shouldn't be at the highway because it's for all of our properties, including the courthouse. And it was a requirement we needed for a grant, and we filled in the blanks, and now time's changed. So I'm gonna defend them
Sure.
that that's just what we did. So, unfortunately, now we have to have an ADA transition plan, accessible design for AADA, ADA standards for NDOT. All of these things have changed, and now, I mean, anyways, we're gonna have to do it, or we're not going to get transportation money any longer, at all. So, there are other entities that can do it, but I think the plan really had been discussed with the highway to look at getting all of our properties reviewed. I mean, they've sent this in an email. Corrections that we have at all of them, and then we have to write a plan for all of these things. We have to have somebody do it. So if we can entertain who in the county are you suggesting take care of all this, or who do
I'm
you
not.
think?
I'm-
Okay,
I'm not.
okay, well, in discussions, it was, I think if we can have someone help us put together the first full plan, the first full audit, and inventory of things, then we can possibly look to our maintenance director to train with them,
Yes.
to continue it ongoing, so we don't have to pay anybody else. But that was kind of where we landed, on this topic. Just sharing my 2 cents. I do think it's a lot of money, so that has me just a little piqued.
Now, the original agreement, I think that Tara had spoke about was 55,000, and that was with the 2-year maintenance agreement, included. We did take the maintenance agreement out, the 2 years. That way, we lowered the rate, and then we would be able to train your employees.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, I think we need to move forward, sooner rather than later, so if we can plan to make a final decision,
Yeah, I think, obviously Drew has not read any of that. I think we can take it under advisement for right now, bring it back to our May, what is our next meeting? May, I don't even know when that next meeting is.
third Tuesday,
19th, May 19th.
Okay.
Bring it back to our May 19th meeting, and have some resolution on that, but I definitely would like for council to have the
we just have a few more things to work through. It's been
opportunity to
very,
read that.
very busy.
Yes, I understand that. Okay.
But do you have any more questions? I don't have, I've been talking to Tara, so I understand kind of how the process will
Right.
proceed. We just don't have the manpower. But, anything else? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Staying with Kelly, Redevelopment Commission Annual Report.
Oh, yeah, there's that. My brain's a little foggy this morning. So I
Late
went.
night?
Yeah. So as I presented to the county council, there's always a great amount of misinformation about redevelopment commissions. But the one we have here in Knox County, has been exceptionally unique over the years. And with, requirements through Indiana code, the change in law, the commission is now supposed to give an annual report to the members of the Knox County Council and the commissioners. So we also provide it to the DLGF. So that's what you've received. Just some highlights. I want to make sure that everyone's aware of on this board for future reference. Knox County RDC has traditionally overseen one TIF area. That's called the PSI Energy area, now known as Duke Energy. That, as well as the industrial park, which was recently created. And then we also created a carve-out for agro-renew, which will be, in the near future, absorbing back into the industrial park. Again, no costs involved on us with that. There's the full board. I've been the president since I was appointed to this board in 2017. It has been probably one of the biggest highlights of my career, but there are the other members. Our appointments are Chris Sanders and Paul Singleton. They've been excellent members, as well as Dan and Jay on the council. Non-voting Elaine Petmeyer. Here is our finances for end of year 2025. I want to highlight that we have been very conservative. We do hold back in revenues 3 years of debt service payments on the bonds we issued for Duke Energy. We have been very, very lucky that they have continued to maintain the property they have, and they continue to stay in business and invest back into the government units they sit in. Moving on, there's full financials of how we've spent all of our money. Andrew Porter is our attorney, and Bob Swintz with London Witty Group is our accountant. We also pay Barnes and Thornburg a slight fee for any specialty projects, but they're on call. So, as I mentioned, there's all of the expenditures. I want to add the highlight of it all. We have transformed Washington, Vigo, and Widener Townships over the years, primarily Edwardsport. I stood at the Edwardsport Fire Department Monday night, and all I could hear was the raging flame and the roaring of the off vent. Those people have to live with that, and we have invested every dime we could back into Edwardsport primarily. Every street's been paved, blight elimination. We're about to partner on tearing down the old school and hopefully revitalize downtown. The ballparks, we've continued all the way out to Sanborn most recently. So, but I want to highlight, number one, RDCs get a bad name because we capture 100% of the revenue of development. We do not in the Duke Energy. We pass back 55% of every dollar to the units to keep taxes low and fund schools and fire departments. I hope to see that continued, even though it would be very easy to say we'd like to capture it all and spend it all. But the industrial park, as growth and abatements fall off in that area, we will see income, revenue. That intent is to build out all the infrastructure there for future growth. So I'm sure that will continue as well. Is there any questions about the RDC or the annual report submitted?
I have none. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Moving on, Knox County EMA Board. So I was recently asked who was all on the EMA board. And as I found out, we're outside of compliance with the state law. By law, the president of the county council, president of the county commissioners, Drew, you had that in the packet, and I just set it down and I lost it, of who all is on that board. Do you have that real handy?
Yeah, it's the, law would be 10.14.3.7 Indiana Code section, on the County Emergency Management Advisory Council. It's the president of the county executive, president of the county fiscal body, mayor of each city located in the county, an individual representing the legislative bodies of all towns located in the county, and a representatives of private and political agencies or organizations that can assist emergency management considered appropriate by the County Emergency Management Advisory Council, so they determine those in-house. And then one commander of a local civil air patrol.
Okay.
But we don't have a local civil air patrol.
Yeah.
So that's just by virtue of position, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's not
Okay.
appointed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
So
is why
were
we
just
don't
outside
track it.
compliance, so I just wanted to make sure we
Okay.
got back into compliance of that, and nothing more, nothing less.
Okay.
So I don't want to do it this meeting, but at our next meeting, we need to make sure that we have all of the other positions filled correctly and they are advised as to who we're going to have on there. So we do actually have a couple appointments. Looking at that, if you guys would, for our next meeting, obviously the mayors are on there, obviously president's on there, but we also have a couple of others appointments for, or we don't, but they're not ours.
Have nothing to do with it.
Right. So I just want to make sure we have everybody's correct on there. So do I need to make a formal motion to
We have
reappoint
nothing to do.
anybody?
No, we have
Okay.
nothing to do with it. By statute. it's
Right,
set.
we have nothing outside of, the EMA board runs the EMA.
You on the EMA board as the president,
Yeah.
make motions on the council.
Right.
On that council to appoint different people.
Okay.
As you see fit, but it's
Okay.
not this board.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure we get our appointment back in order, so as president, I'll serve on that, and then I talked to Mike Morris, president of county council, and he'll serve on there as well, so. Moving on, Safe Streets Grant. A couple weeks ago, Drew and I had the opportunity to have our opening session with Safer Streets for All grant, which is a federal highway grant. We need to approve the contract with them as well as I need to ask for permission to send out the RFP to get that process going. Drew, do you have that handy?
I don't have a clean copy because they haven't sent it. You have the draft copy.
Yes.
That's marked up.
Yes.
In yours. If you approve that, there's no changes that need to be
Correct.
made. The federal government's okay with that. They're the ones that prepared it as well. And she sent an email late
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Yes.
She'll send the clean copy.
Once
So-
we approve ours,
he-
it goes back to them, gets their signature for a clean copy.
So I would say approve the draft that's in the packet, and then as president, you can sign the official clean copy when it
Yeah.
comes in.
And then we'll work, if you permit, we'll work to get out the RFP. I know of 3 companies that are interested in that RFP process. And then what will happen is, once we identify whoever we want to go with on that, we set up a committee, and then start holding public hearings, public meetings on that, and what all the Safer Streets grant will approve funding for. But we really want to get this ball rolling. It's May, and we really want to get this thing going as quick as possible.
If you want to get going, I'll make a motion with one request
Yes.
that every single sheet, it's a federal grant, every single document be sent to Julie.
Oh,
We need
yeah,
it
has
for
to
our
be.
CFA. Okay.
Yeah, it has to be.
All right.
So I will second that motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0, and we will get the RFP out. Am I missing something? No, we'll get the RFP going as quickly as possible. I'll work with Drew on that after the meeting, and we'll get the RFP out. Like I said, I do know of 3 companies that are very interested in that RFP moving forward, so we look forward to getting some public input and some public meetings set up for that. Claims. I'll make a motion to, have you guys all had read claims? Okay. If there's no questions, I'll make a motion to approve claims.
Second.
First and second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Make a motion to pay payroll. Is there a second?
Second.
First and a second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Under I, interlocal, this is a basic interlocal agreement between the Knox County Sheriff's Department and broadband. So I make a motion to approve that.
I second.
First and a second, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Old business, ordinance 26-3, ordinance on food establishment and/or bed and breakfast establishments, second reading. Drew, as always, what kind of changes do we have? I know it's a thick packet today.
It is, I think health department's here.
Health department's
Sit
here.
back there, do you wanna come up and talk about the changes? As much as I would love to read your 26 pages again.
So
He
really.
gets paid by the word, so yes.
Oh, there you go. So really the only changes in April of last year, they changed the state food code, so I updated it to what the state goes by, took out some things that are no longer, I've added recovery houses, that they have a certified kitchen. Most of them are nonprofit, so they won't have to pay a permit fee, but they will be inspected to use their kitchen, cause a lot of them sell at, like, are selling out into the community, so that's why we did that. And other than that, everything is kind of basically the same, not much change, just kind of wording and taking out. I do have a fee schedule in there, and it does have the mobile fee on it, but as of right now, that is a mobile fee. State is changing mobiles. This ordinance is not for mobiles. Mobiles will have its own. So I don't know if I should take that fee out, or because that's what it is. That's the only question I kinda had, is it easy to get amended, after next year? But as of right now, that is the fee.
Yeah, you can amend, I mean, it goes through the same process. I
Okay.
mean, your board would need to pass it through your board to us.
Okay,
And
that's what
then
we had talked about. So I'm
First,
gonna
second,
leave that.
third reading.
I'm gonna leave it there because that's what it is as of right now. I can't go putting the new fee for 2027 yet. But
And the present fees, in the ordinance are for, plan review, for retail food permit 1, plan review for all establishments is $100. Retail food permit 1, prepackaged is $175. Retail food permit 2, limited menus, $200. Retail food permit 3, extensive menus, $250. Temporary food permit for 3 consecutive days is $50. Catering permit's $150. Seasonal permit 6 months or less is $100. Farmer market permit's $100, and then the mobile food permit is $100.
Have you estimated the impact if, when we don't get our mobiles fixed, our loss
The what?
of permitting fees? Do you have that estimated?
No.
No? Okay.
So,
Just-
it's gonna be a big loss to
Okay.
us.
Yeah.
Unless they come to our county, you mean if, for next year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's gonna kinda,
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
it's
Will you?
it's still all in the process.
I
and
know.
The state's going moving really
know.
slow with it, and they're gonna I have to change a lot of stuff in probably a 2-month expansion by the end of the year, so. Cause they don't have a plan to give us any more information till September, so. And then it goes in effect January 1st.
Yeah, I know Brian Grove is here in the audience, the president of City Council.
I did speak to him, we talked a little bit. Do you wanna talk?
Yeah, yeah, because Brian is basically the food truck industry in Knox County runs through.
Bed and
him.
breakfast
Thanks,
too.
Commissioners. And I'm here representing the food trucks, not the city council on this.
Yes.
Although the city does have an ordinance for food trucks, but all of that is going to change with the new law, the state law. I was under the impression that this was including food trucks, but it obviously does not include food trucks except for that mobile fee. And I think going forward, and Tara was talking about the loss of what that revenue would be. I think the key to remember is we need to make Knox County appealing, compared to Du Bois and Davies and these other counties. So if they can go to Davies County and get an inspection done for $200 and we're $400, they have the option to go to Davies County and get inspected, but still operate in Knox County. So, I think we need to, whatever the surrounding counties go, I think we have one of the largest events for food trucks in the area, so, they know that they need to be permitted in this area, and as long as we're appealing to them.
Sorry,
Everybody will have the same, the whole state will have the same fee.
So after
Our
your
county
convers-
can change their fee, it's $450 a year.
Yeah.
so under your conversations, are you satisfied?
Yes, with
Okay.
this, they're gonna take the mobile out, and as long as it doesn't involve the food trucks, because they are inspected, right now, they are at state standard and Knox County standards as well, so I'm
And,
good with that.
and this does not affect, the farmer's market or any of those entities?
No, so the farmer's market permit, that's a new
Thank
permit
you, Brian.
as well, and that's more of a temporary setup, but that's all in there, nothing's changed on that.
Okay,
So on the temporary setups, and the farmer's market is more of a temporary, cause they're not on wheels.
okay. Because, I mean, House Bill 1424, kind of is deregulating. And it just feels as though it's going in the opposite direction.
It's taking away local control.
It is. And so, that was my only concern is
No,
back and forth between.
yeah, as far as my temporary, I still have a little bit of control of, it's kind of like the home-based vendor thing, and then the mobile, so.
Okay. And this does not affect
This
farmer's
is not-
market? and
No,
it does not
this
affect?
is my retail food establishment, so
Okay.
this is just on the code that changed of April of last year, so this is an update on all that. Cause ours hadn't been updated since 2004, so it needed updated.
Okay.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you, Tara.
Okay.
No other questions? I'm good, Tim?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Drew, do we need to read the whole thing or just the
We-
hits and bits of it? So
That
we-
was sufficient, it's
Okay.
second reading. so
Okay. Okay.
it's been
Entertain,
on file for 30 days at the auditor's office.
Okay,
Well, if all is good, I'll suggest we approve on second and thirds. If you want, if not, it's fine.
I'll second that.
okay. Let's see, so we have a first and a second for second and third readings of the 26-3 ordinance on food establishments and/or bed and breakfast establishments. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All in favor, all opposed, name sign, none hearing, motion carries 3-0. Moving on, code compliance officer. You've all received code compliance officer information. I have nothing new on 2.0 grant. Same stuff we talked about in the past, you know, still moving right along with both the big projects here in Knox County with the housing development and Amazon and the water. Industrial Boulevard is back open. They had closed that for a short time to run some water and some sanitation lines to Amazon and that side of Industrial, but that road is now back open. So we're looking forward to some completions on that. I have nothing on EMC. Do you?
I have nothing on that.
Okay.
either.
Public comment under resolution 2020-2. Does anyone have anything?
Oh, no, I had something first. Did we approve the minutes?
Do we approve minutes?
I don't think we did.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Make a motion to, has everybody read their minutes? Okay, I'd make a motion to approve minutes from
Second.
our April 21st, 26th meeting.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Sorry, thank you.
That's okay. The only other thing I had, which I will probably send you one email correspondence. Over the years, I have received many questions from builders of homes about our ordinance about the square footage minimums. Wagler's Custom Homes, as well as Bob Hansen here in town, we've talked about this many times. Well, we've talked to Colt, so I am gonna start talking, so Vanderburgh County and Evansville, as well as the city of Linton and Vigo County, have done ordinance revisions for these smaller homes. They have to be, very strict on the residential code, but I'm gonna start meeting with some of these people to propose possibly some changes in our ordinance for homes and square footage.
Do we do that, or is that something that each city? Because I was under the impression that each city has.
Area
Area
plan
plan would do that.
is every city and town and county. Yeah, that's the purpose. So anyways, just saying this is there are many people that have reached out to me too over the years. They want a smaller retirement home on their lake, or they want to put grandma in the backyard, stuff like that. This isn't recreational, this is for homes. So again, this is years of work, not work, but listening, just.
No, you're right. The
just-
grandma pods are a big
They are.
thing.
I have no
thing.
plans of any grand kind, just doing some work based upon hearing. So I just wanted you to know that. If
Well, I'd heard the same, so I just, with all the individual, I didn't know if we had any control over that or not, what we could and couldn't do.
yeah, we do, but it has to go through, luckily, we have zoning to go through lots of public reviews, but just a good group of people already interested, putting together other communities' work, and it's something we could entertain in the future with Colt.
Yeah, great.
All
Thank
right, you're welcome. That's all I have.
Okay, public comment under resolution 2020-2. Does anyone have anything they'd like to discuss as germane to topics of today? If not, does anyone have, either one of you guys have anything further that you'd like to discuss today?
Nope, I'm good.
No? All right, is it germane to the topic of today?
It is not.
Then it is not.
It's about the 4-inch rain and its impact on our county, so.
What do you wanna,
Well, Ray McCormick,
Yeah.
local farmer. Within the last few days, we had a 4-inch rain that heavily impacted the soils in our county. And I don't know if you folks have a chance to drive around the county, but we have fields that were heavily worked that lost 100 years worth of topsoil, which impacts the future of our county. Beside that, we had, especially in southern Knox County, lots of fields with no-till and cover crops on them. Dramatic difference between holding those soils and losing those soils. A lot of that is impacted by the conservation ethic that comes in our county, which is largely related to the soil and water conservation districts. So you folks support them, the county council supports them, but I don't know if you really see the results of that unless you drive around and understand their impact. So I just wanted to give a thanks to this county for having such a strong conservation ethic to have saved all those topsoils, and that's directly related to your sport of the soil and water conservation districts. Thank you.
thank you.
Hey, that does remind me, on the way here, they closed 67 between Bruceville and Coon Hunter Road. And, you know, hi, CLR, how are you? So do you all put up the signs, the barricades, or does NDOT?
Oh, where?
At this project at Bruceville? Aren't you all doing it?
Our subcontractor did.
Okay. So, I mean, we all know first few days it's jacked up, but we've got major semis, and I talked to Frank this morning. We're gonna have accidents there at Old Bruceville and Coon Hunter again. We've got semis traveling a 1.5 lane county road, so just heads up, road's trash, and already got people hung up. So I don't know what we gotta do to warn the public. Sheriff knows, I'm sure, so I talked to the fire department, and they're gonna be prepared for accidents.
Do we put advanced warning signs out? I haven't been up 67.
Yeah, they did.
A day or two.
They kinda did.
MUTCD regulations.
Closed through Memorial,
Okay.
over Memorial.
Yeah, it's not through NDOT, it's through MUTCD.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're halfway okay. They could be better, but anyways, I just wanted to report.
We catch so much stuff over all the roads we close.
I know, but
Sullivan County, we've been catching it every day.
you just had to walk up here just at the right time when I was thinking about that.
I just wanted to say congratulations to Commissioner Streeter.
thank you.
For election yesterday. She'll be missed here, but we look forward to you being in the State House.
Thank you. Appreciate your kind words.
All right, if there's nothing else, our next meeting is May 19th at 6 p.m. here in the City Hall chambers. If there is nothing else to come before this today, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.